The October lull, I've always just gone with the flow. I've never really understood it, but I've heard of that for years. And as soon as October came, I just sat less, just because it is the October lull, just word of mouth. That's what it is. But as the years have passed, I've started to realize that's not really a thing. I mean, right now, I
Welcome back to another BackWoods mix-up. That's what we're calling it, right? I think it's only episode
yeah,
3. New.
yeah,
A little different format today. Um, we already filmed one of these, but that has been lost to the forever archives,
my
unfortunately.
bad.
Let me
Yeah,
put this in full screen here. Um, Sam made a little oopsie poopsies, as they say, and click the delete button on what should have been episode 3. So
yeah, my bad. But here we are.
here we are refilming. Got a couple more things to talk about today than last episode, anyways. But key topics we're gonna cover today is one, how Sam's been, because he hasn't been on an episode since the first one. So
Yeah.
see how Sam's been doing, deer hunting, how deer are moving for him, etc. Two, we're gonna talk about this first October cold front that just hit us this week. Today is October 9th when we're filming this, so would
Yep.
have hit us Sunday night and the Monday morning, which would have been the 2nd or 3rd of October, something like that.
Something like that.
But talk about that, and then we're going to talk about, kind of what we're expecting out of October and quote unquote this October lull that people talk about every year. And fourth, just miscellaneous stuff. Maybe a story or two, and but yeah, we'll just kind of get right into it. So, Sam, how you been?
Been pretty good. Other than what, Monday or Tuesday when I accidentally deleted the podcast. But other than that, I've been pretty good. Working, living. This weekend, I am officially heading into the Minnesota woods. I got a urban hunt that I got to figure out, so I got to do that now. So I'm doing that.
Wait,
Other than
pause.
that,
Pause.
yeah,
Is Brian joining you this weekend for that?
no, I don't even think Brian knows.
Oh,
But I'm basically going in, gonna set up a trail camera, and if there's deer sign, I don't know, maybe sit, but we'll see. I'm waiting for a new set of sticks to come in so I can hunt out of my saddle more efficiently. But
wait.
other than that,
Which
what do you
sticks
got
did you
for
go
me?
with? I know.
Latitude,
I know we were talking about this. Oh, you ended up going with the
latitude.
latitude.
Yeah, so I spent a decent chunk of change, but
I mean, they're not
this should
cheap,
be
but
nice. I'm shaving
I've heard
about
good
8 pounds
things.
off my sticks.
That'll be big for you because you do a lot of hanging hunts because you hunt public. So
Yeah.
what we're talking about is the Carbon SS climbing
Shit,
sticks
I don't
from
even
Latitude or
remember.
something like that.
Yeah.
But we'll link it down below so if you guys are interested in that. Saddle hunters, hang and hunt guys. We'll link that down below, and yeah, it'd be a little bit of the smaller stature to use those. Uh, guy like
I don't
me
know what the weight
probably
limits on
guy
those.
like me
Yeah.
probably no go. So
Right.
I think their website says 275, but I don't know the working load on that.
Yeah. I'll be fine though.
Yeah, glad you finally picked some sticks. I know
Yeah.
we were kind of back and forth. It's giving you some options, and
Yeah, I pulled the trigger on the more expensive ones, basically. That's the moral story, but saving a bunch of weight, shaving weight off the pack. So, yeah, other than that, I had not much is new. I shot a doe, and maybe we'll get into that here in this podcast about my my doe that I shot a couple weeks ago. But how you been, Matt?
Good. Work's been busy somehow.
Yeah.
They keep
Or-
telling us we're gonna run out of work every week, and then hey, you gotta go here today. So
Right.
good and bad thing, but
Yeah.
been good. Just working a lot. Got out Monday night when that cold front first hit. And that was the first time I deer hunted in a few weekends. So it's a pretty good sit. Saw a lot of deer.
Good.
Um, there's really no bucks though. I mean, I saw a little spike or forkhorn, something like that, but maybe throw in some B-roll clips here with my hunt from that night. But beautiful night to be out. Overcast, northwest winds. They were gusting pretty good during the day, and then towards the evening they kind of started calming down, but real cold. Um, 25, 30 degree temperature drop. I mean, I just watched a Bill Winke video last night, actually. What did he title it? Something like "Not all cold fronts are the same" or something.
Yeah.
So, obviously, from a guy who's got 20 plus years of experience in it, I mean, he was just kind of saying, those first cold fronts in October, I mean, they can be good, but for the most part, don't really, put all your, put all your coins in one purse or something. Something like that. Like,
Eggs in one basket. Yeah.
don't count on the first one being like a guarantee, Pretty much to
Right.
summarize the video, he's saying first one's good to be out. You get to see more deer. Deer are excited that, it's not 90 degrees anymore. And then they're putting on their fall and winter coats.
Yeah. It's that big
And
start of the shift.
yeah, and essentially he was just saying get out if you want to, but don't bank on it. And then really the one you should be banking on is the cold front that hits towards the end of October, kind of pre-rutish.
Yeah.
Really gets some bucks going from his experience, is what he's saying. So, no, first one was good. It's nice to be out, wear the jacket, and hour before sun goes down. So
Yeah. There you go. Nice.
but yeah,
What do you got for me? Yeah.
other than that, it's been kind of going with the flow. Lots of new bucks showing up on camera. You mentioned the October shift. I don't know how your camera's been looking.
They've been pretty dead. I'm not gonna lie. We got a ton of cell cams and SD cams up in these public woods. Myself and my father, and for deer activity, it's been a little slower. But for buck activity, it's been almost nothing. I've got one deer that's 2.5 or 3.5, and he's got a real goofy rack, and he's one of those deer that come gun season maybe I take a look at, but he's so cool that I really want to see him go till next year. So he's been around. I found where he sleeps all day long, and I put a camera not too far from it, so I've been seeing him occasionally, but been pretty slow. Nothing at all like yours. You have had what, three different, maybe two, maybe three different shooters show up in the last couple days?
Shooters in the sense that they're more mature. I mean, I got one that's, I don't know, probably pushing mid 140s. No
Yeah.
idea how big he is. He's kind of far back in the camera. But no, that was exciting. A lot of new bucks showing up.
Yeah.
I mean, the first one that showed up, I think I got him on camera last year, trail camera.
Mm.
And I had him at 3.5 last year, but I mean, I was getting pictures of him later in the rut, so he could have been run down or whatever. But I mean, he stepped in front of the camera and he's massive, like a cow,
Big.
like
Yeah.
huge
Fat.
body, thick rack, not super tall, but he's got good beams. He's wide, and I think he's mature. Maybe we'll throw a picture up in here for you guys, or
Right.
maybe not. Maybe we'll keep it sneak peek, keep it kind of on the down low, but. No, he was kind of the first one. Actually, I had two bucks show up. Would have been Monday night? Or no, Tuesday morning. The cold front was still kind of ramping up. So I
Yeah.
think Tuesday was actually colder than Monday for a low, and full moon was hitting this week. It already hit, so that was part of the reason why I think they were kind of shifted, and a lot of crops coming out right now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, between Monday and today, which is Thursday, I've had 4 or 5 new bucks show up on camera. A couple of them I think finally put on my target list. I mean, as it goes every year, you get those first few 2 and 3 year olds that are pretty nice, but not quite mature enough. Or well, for me, I don't know about for you, but the younger bucks are usually the ones that are
Yeah.
out and around early season, and maybe occasionally middle of the night you'll get a picture of a nice one. But the little ones are all still here. Well, I shouldn't say little, so then it makes it sound like I hunt for the antlers. The young ones are
Yeah.
still around, as well as some older, more mature ones. So it's nice to see. I know you're hunting kind of big woods versus more open and ag fields around here. So
Yeah.
I guess what are you seeing? Like you think they're gonna make a shift back to the woods? Because clearly they made a shift out of the woods. I think.
Yeah. I would like to hope so. There's a lot of X factors in these woods. Where I've been seeing that buck, I named him in my camera gallery on my phone on the Reveal app. I named him 2026 just because I didn't want to even think about him until 2026. He's, like I said, 2.5, 3.5, 110 inches maybe. But he's on the edge of the swamp, and I know that because I went down there, found his bed, jumped him, set up a camera, and he's been there, every couple nights, coming in, going out. But there's clear cutting going on in there right now. Bear season just ended, so that's no more dogs, which should be good. And then there's a ton of waterfowl hunting in that general area, and I've heard a ton of gunshots, so I would like to think so. I'm not doing anything this weekend because this weekend here in October, the 11th and 12th is the youth hunt in Wisconsin, so I won't be going down there. But there's a piece of private, maybe a half mile away or less, that it's 20 acres, but it has corn on it, and I'm pretty sure it's sweet corn. I've drove
Mm.
past this property before. It's a big garden, I think, is generally what the property is, but I think it's sweet corn. I don't know, but I'm kind of itching to get over there and see if that's cut, if it's still up, if I know where the guy lives, so I might door knock and see, but there's also some public close to it, so I don't know. I might make a move closer towards that if that's a food source right now, just to set up a camera, but I would like to think so. We're going through a big shift. Hopefully all the X factors are starting to leave the window and the deer are coming through it. So we'll see. I'd like to think so though.
You got any cameras on scrapes? Scrapes still getting hit, or I,
Um, so maybe one day we'll do a whole podcast on trail cameras and where we set them up, or maybe a scrape week podcast. But I put up a trail camera, cellular camera on a scrape that looked obviously like a community scrape. It's huge, and it's one of the four I found in August. And I hung a rope kind of from it because branches were
take those off? Sorry.
starting to die off. But anyways, during summer, I had every single buck in the woods. Obviously, was checking that scrape out. And then now that just happens to be very close to where the clear cut is going on, or the new clear cut is. So there's a ton of logging there, and I haven't had a deer there on that camera at all, buck or doe, since then. So other than that, I don't have any cameras on scrapes, but I'm itching to get in there, but it ain't gonna happen this weekend. And next time it does, I'll just hunt it, So we'll
Yeah,
see.
for sure. Yeah. Um, Let me see. I've got 3 cameras on mock scrapes. I mean, Nothing super crazy yet. I mean, the bucks that come in, go check it out, but does and whatever still kind of rubbing. Because I run vines for a mock scrape. Just off the branches there, and does and fawns, and they're still rubbing their scent on it, and some young bucks, but no crazy scraping activity yet for me.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I know you're seeing a lot more deer earlier in the season, probably on acorns, because you're hunting around oaks, correct?
Yeah, we had some kind of a windy end of the summer there, kind of early fall, but majority of my acorns have dropped. Yep, and there was does, fawns, bucks, all in the real good white oak thickets that there's up there, and there's red oaks everywhere too, but they're not as much interested in those. But now I have no idea what they're eating. I'm sure it's a mix of everything, probably brand new clear cut. I don't know.
I've been seeing them on greens. Secret formula, by the way, if you guys want to know about that, ask in the comments. I'm not going to give away all my secrets, but I've been seeing them on greens, and I'm sure they're out in the cut ag fields. I know one neighbor to my east, northeast, no, sorry, northwest, combined his beans. So beans are for sure coming out. I think corn, they're still sitting on a little bit unless they're chopping. Some guys have cut and chopped corn already. So.
Yeah. Have you talked to Brian at all within the last 5 hours?
Not the last 5 hours. Why?
So they chopped his corn. Maybe they had done that a couple days ago now. I'm not sure. But they chopped his corn, and
they just kind of plow all the stalks under after they chop, usually, right, and just leave it. So
yeah, who knows? But yeah, his is getting chopped, so most of those crops should come down pretty soon, I would assume. So.
And I'm expecting big things out of Brian's trail cams here shortly.
Yeah.
I think it's going to end up like last year. I know he's already sent us some pictures of some nice ones, but last year the elusive needles showed up after bear season kind of went down, like middle of October, if I recall correctly, and a couple other nice ones. So, and that was also after they cut the corn.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they did corn last year too.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I wish Brian could join us, but he's working the night shift, so
yeah,
be nice to hear from him. He didn't want to be on the last one. He had a little mishap at work, so. But maybe on the next one. We'll line up in a couple weeks here, so maybe we'll all be around town or something, getting ready for that first pre-rut hunt.
Yeah, based on timeline for videos, podcast 2 will be going out pretty much as we speak tomorrow or Saturday. This one, probably mid-October. So yes, it would be nice to get all three of us on for a pre-rut podcast, because that's when the whole game changes in the deer hunting woods, is these next couple of weeks.
I love hunting the pre-rut. That can be a story for another time.
Yeah.
Other than this huge cold front that's hit us, I mean, temperatures are ramping back up again, unfortunately. I mean, not as hot as it was. I mean, we were, before this cold front, we were, almost 90s again? Mid-80s for sure. But temps are looking like they're slowly starting to drop, which is a good thing. I think we're looking at daily average highs of mid-70s at the hottest. So, great. We're kind of done with the summer heat wave, hopefully. And, I mean, hopefully there's snow on the ground by November 1st. That'd be kind of cool.
I don't know how to think about snow, but yeah, that would be pretty cool.
It's been a long time since it snowed in October, so.
Yeah, you're right. I think 2 years ago it snowed October 31st, I think.
No.
I shot my buck.
Oh, you're right.
The one that we dog tracked, or that you picked up for me in your truck. When was that? That gotta be 2 years ago now, probably.
Yeah, 2 years ago now, there was a light dusting of snow on the ground, and then
Last year sucked.
last year was a brutal Halloween hunt. I sat 6 hours in rain, snow, and sleet. Coldest I've ever been deer hunting, but that can be part of another story time
Yeah.
episode or something. But temps are dropping, winds are changing, deer patterns are changing. We're all getting pretty excited here, and lots of very nice deer are getting killed. Lots of very nice bucks are getting killed all across the state of Wisconsin right now. A lot of people had luck with this first cold front, and I think that's just a culmination of big pieces of private being in the right places on public and catching them transitioning. I mean, it's all it really is. You got a deer pattern, you got to just be out there, make your chances count. So,
exactly.
congrats to everyone out there who's harvested a nice buck in the last couple weeks, and everyone who's harvested a deer already this year. I think you're the first one to break the ice for the Midwest mixed team. I think I'm letting everything walk, and Brian keeps getting seen in the tree. So
I'd like to. One of these years, I'd like all of the Facebook posts to be from us early season. I just want to be 1 year. I want to be done early. The rut is fun to sit, but
I've been done early once.
Yeah.
Second day of the season for a buck.
I wish. Yeah, I wish.
It was great, but kind of sad at the same time, just because.
I'm sure.
As the temps start dropping, weather starts changing like it is now. Like, you get excited as a deer hunter, archery hunter, and I was tagged out. Like, what did I do? Go sit in the stand and watch? Like, I love being out there when it's cooler temps, but I mean, if the right one walks out early in the season, I'm not going to pass them.
That's game over.
What's that saying? Don't pass what you would shoot on the last day on the first day. So.
Yeah.
I mean, other than that, October lull coming. Because what's this weekend? 11th and 12th youth hunt, like you said. So, quote unquote, this October lull is going to be hitting us pretty quick here, and I want to hear your 2 cents on it.
The October lull, I've always just gone with the flow. I've never really understood it, but I've heard of that for years. And as soon as October came, I just sat less, just because it is the October lull, just word of mouth. That's what it is. But as the years have passed, I've started to realize that's not really a thing. I mean, right now I could start crying and saying how I haven't seen any deer. My October lull started a week ago. That's what I could say. But no, the deer are up. They're moving. Sure, they might be a little bit more nocturnal, the bucks, but if you know where they're at, if you know where their bedding is, there's a good chance that if you had a camera in there or if you hunted in there, that you'd be tagged out or close to. I mean, it's such a weird time in the deer hunting woods, because we're going to see a ramp up in buck activity, maybe daylight activity, but there's just a huge, in my mind, it's almost a huge question mark. But I don't know. What do you think about the lull? Is it real? Is it not? Is it opinion based? What do you think?
Yes and no. I mean, the whole superstition of deer don't move during this certain time frame of October is a complete myth. There's a lot of science that backs that up. It's just people believe deer don't move because they stop seeing them. Your usual deer activity stops. Maybe your does and fawns and young bucks, but in terms of mature bucks, just more deer numbers in general, right? A lot less trail cam pictures, a lot less seeing deer in the stand. I've experienced it over the years. I mean, go sit first weekend of October and you see 12 deer, and then go sit middle of October and you see 2 or 3, and you're like, well, what the heck? October lulls here, right? You hear that every year. Oh,
Yeah.
October lulls, aren't seeing as much deer as I have been. I just think that's deer switching their patterns, the full moon hitting, moon phases
Yeah.
hitting, and a lot of the deer transition food sources. Acorns versus crops, and crops are getting cut, and a bunch of X factors that go into that as well. But from my experience, I've seen a lot of deer go nocturnal, and I would assume that's because of the full moon. And full moon, clear nights, like deer are gonna be out there
Yeah.
feeding in an ag field or feeding in a food plot, versus daylight where they know the more mature deer, the smarter deer, they know that people hunt them. So what do? If you don't feel safe in the daylight, go out when it's daylight at night. With that full moon. So
Yeah.
don't lose hope. Come this October lull period. I would say cut hunting down. If you've got some nice ones you're going to hunt, the less intrusion, the better. Because deer only get that big because they're smart. That old, if they're smart. So, if you're going to hunt, pick your days scarcely. Is it worth taking a vacation day? Depends how many you have, I guess.
Yeah. Okay.
It depends. It really does. If you get a huge cold front hitting in the 20s, October 20s, I'd say probably worth it. Because that's a little bit closer to pre-rut. But, you get one that hits dead center, middle of October, let's say middle of next week. Be worth sitting out there. Can't kill them from the couch, as everyone says. But
Right.
I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket, as they would say. Just, not a guarantee that your buck will move. And who knows, maybe he does move, but it's at last light, and then he catches you coming out of your tree stand, and there he's off till the rut rolls around, so, and he knows he's being hunted now, so hunt smart if you do hunt this October lull period. From my experience, I've seen bucks start moving as early as the 23rd of October, and like not prime conditions. It's hot,
Right.
like east winds, south winds, like everything's still green, super warm year. And my target buck, the neighbor actually shot on the 26th of October. But I had trail cam pictures of them 2 or 3 days prior every night, like an hour before end of legals. So there's opportunities to be had, chances to take, but be smart about it. That's how I'd put it. So
Yeah. Yeah. No. That brings up a good point. You talked about, is it worth taking vacation days, or is the intrusion worth it? And from my perspective, I do have a spot in this public chunk that I do think I can kill a buck on come the ruts. It's just too good. There's food. It's a funnel system, but there's food not too far away, bedding in multiple spots, and I am really confident in it, especially a morning hunt. But so that brings the question, do you go in? Do I go in and sit it at all during these cold fronts, or red moons that we're gonna have in October? And I think the same about you and being on private property, and realistically, not a lot of private. Because I would say, Matsu, why aren't you sitting? It's the best cold front out of the year, except you could have wind or whatever. And in my case with public land this year, if it's a cold day, if the wind, if not even really considering the wind, but if it's a cold day, I'll find public a mile away, and go sit and just spend time out there, because archery season is what, 3-4 months, and plus we work, so that 3 or 4 months turns into maybe 2 months, and then how many days is the wind right and the weather right, and you're down to maybe 30 days of hunting. So it's weird. I don't know, but if you want to be, if there's a mature animal that you're after, I don't know what you think, Matsu, but I think yeah, just playing your cards as close as you can to that cold front, that perfect wind, that pattern, whatever. I don't know. It's an exciting time of the year, though.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're exactly right. Public versus private's a way different deal. I mean, the guys who have 300 plus acres of private, if it's not right, they're gonna hunt smart. And that cold front hits middle October. Some guys take a risk, and some guys, take a small risk. Some guys take a big
Yeah,
risk.
exactly.
So,
Hmm.
I mean, end of the day, I talked about in the last episode. I think it comes down to being in the right place at the right time. A lot of luck. I mean,
Oh yeah,
if you're not out there, you're never gonna see the buck that you want or the deer that you want, or you'll never harvest a deer. So putting
oh
time
yeah,
in is definitely important. It just you gotta work around how you hunt, right?
exactly. Yeah, how you
So
and your property hunts.
yeah,
Because if you personally go in there on a bad day or with a bad wind and you spook a buck, it could be,
catastrophic.
yeah, exactly.
So other than that, fall fishing. I know you haven't been out fishing much this year. I mean, we've been hunting heavy because hunting season's
Yeah,
X amount of months out of the year, but we do enjoy getting our lines wet every once in a while. I'm going this weekend, I think, if the weather's nice. If it's not 40-mile-an-hour wind gusts like it was last weekend. So, what about
you
you?
should.
You got any? I know you're up near the big water. You got any walleye trips, salmon trips, trout trips, anything planned?
As of now, I don't. Um, when we film this on, Monday, October 5th or whatever that was, I had mentioned to Matsu at the time that my buddy does have a very large boat for the Great Lake and
It's a
to
yacht.
go out yeah, right. No, it's a I don't know, 35, 37 footer. Nice boat. And he takes it out on the lake all the time. And I said, hey, I might still get a trout fishing session out on the big lake because I haven't gotten a line wet all summer even. But he just put on his Snapchat story the other day of it getting put onto a trailer and getting taken out of the water. So
Oh,
my fishing plans might be wrecked unless I come home and fish with you, Mott, or until ice fishing, unfortunately. But
that's a shame. You didn't get out
yeah, I
one
know.
time for the open water season, huh?
Nope.
There's still time yet.
There is still time, but I don't. I guess I have two fishing poles up here, but we had a couple. I had a couple trips planned, whether that was walleye or trout, but I just plans didn't work out this summer. I had 3 or 4 trips planned, and some Canadian wildfire smoke messed up one of them, and just timelines and stuff messed up the other ones. But the last time I remember fall fishing was with Matsu, and it was probably the worst day of my entire life. I don't know if you want to dabble into that story or
It
not, but
cannot be the worst day of your life. I mean,
it
it
was
was pretty
worst
miserable.
fishing of my life, hands down.
Fishing was brutal. It was cold, and we got snowed on when we had some problems with the boat. That can be
Yeah,
a full story. Can be brought up another time, but that was the gist of it. Maybe we'll throw
yeah,
in a short clip here if we can find one. But
it was not
I
fun.
mean, things like that happen, and in the moment you're like, "This sucks," but looking back at it, it's absolutely hilarious, and that's
Oh yeah,
that's kind of what it's about. Just making memories. You know, almost every memory is good. Some
yeah.
bad, but usually forget about the bad ones. So
Somebody somebody said once somewhere in a podcast, it might have been Steve Ranella, But he said those moments when you're in them and it's the worst day, it's just the shittiest, conditions or whatever. Those are the days that years later you say that was the best day of my life. You know what I mean? It's the type of stuff. It's bad in the moment, but looking back on it, it's funny or happy or whatever.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm going this weekend. Going with my little cousin. Gonna try and target some fall smallmouth, I think, with these colder temps. Like I said earlier, we're gonna go last weekend, and then Hurricane Lake Michigan hit us, so
yeah,
40, 50 mile an hour wind gusts, and I don't think any lake is safe at that point. So just didn't feel
yeah.
comfortable being out there. I know some guys are out there in 20, 30 mile an hour winds, but if you ever ran a boat on any sort of body of water, you kind of understand. You can definitely do it on certain bodies of water, but it's still not fun. Like
Right.
getting blown around in the wind, trying to troll around, fight the wind, you can't feel your line, all that, etc., etc. But no, I decided to play it safe. Just kind of have a chill weekend, and then this weekend I think we're gonna full send it. So try and get some
Nice.
big fall smallies coming back up, and I'm glad you and I are talking about this because Brian's not much of a fisherman, so
No,
he'd
he would be bored. Yeah,
probably be in the blue.
he'd be so bored, and if he was part of this conversation right now. That does bring a question. I was going to ask you. Fall fishing is, one thing in its own with its conditions. I would assume not, but are you going to try to get any film? I mean, that could be a mess with cold temperatures, water, windy boat.
Um,
I didn't even ask you because I'm sure you take photos on your iPhone or whatever, or
well,
maybe
we'll
some
see.
B-roll shots.
I
But
I don't.
I would. It's a mess this time, or I
Yeah,
can't
I mean,
imagine.
it's a mess to film in a boat in general. I mean,
Regardless,
there's really no good way to set up a camera if you don't have a designated camera guy. I mean, any way you set it up, unless it's on a real nice stabilizer unit, I mean, you're
right.
rocking when you hit waves and hit
We
hit
had
a
a hell of a
stump.
time doing it in the summer.
Yeah,
I was thinking about that just came into my mind right now. I was like that would like we would have been filming when we were on the St. Croix getting snowed on like that. We would have lost a camera or damaged one or I can't imagine. I don't know.
I don't know about
Take,
damage, but I mean,
take some photos if you do anything.
wouldn't have been great, but yeah, I'll
Yeah,
try. Probably mostly iPhone footage because I
yeah.
don't make Brian money, so I can't afford DJI minis and
Shit.
all the fancy stuff. So, um,
Right.
yeah, we'll
No, that should
see.
be fun though. Yeah.
I've been looking at setups for the boat and setups for other things, and I mean, money is unlimited, but I make a finite amount. So, one thing at a time. One thing at a time. But no, I think it's gonna be fun, and I think fishing's either gonna be really good or it's gonna be horrible. So,
Yeah. No, that's the thing. You learn something from it, though, right? You learn something from everything, good or bad.
yeah.
So,
But no, it'd be nice to get out fall fishing. I haven't done it in a long time. I think last time I went was right out of college, probably. Well, right after I transferred from university
yeah,
back to tech school. Gosh, I don't know, 7 years ago. It was, I think we were fishing October 25th or 26th. The
yeah.
weather was fairly warm for that time of the year, so I wasn't deer hunting because I was a October lull believer then. um, but no, I went fall fishing with my cousin, and I mean we slayed them. So there's definitely some fun and some time left to get out there and fish if you're more of a fisherman versus hunter. But yeah, should be fun. Trying to break some PBs. My cousin's PB Smalley's 3.5 pounds almost, so try and get that
You can
broke.
do that. Yeah.
I don't even know what my personal best is because the one I caught that was probably my biggest. We didn't have scale, but The biggest one I've thrown on a scale is just over 4 pounds, which is, I mean, a football, absolute football. So
Yeah. I feel like this time of year you can do it. I always think back when it comes to smallmouth, I always think back to a specific lake in Canada that me and my grandpa have fished a couple times, but the last time I was there was 2 summers ago, and I caught a 23-inch long smallmouth. I didn't have a scale on me, but that thing was the size of a frickin' full-grown pumpkin, is what it seemed like. That thing
size of a
was,
Prius.
yeah, it was by far my PB. My previous PB was 3.5, and that thing was probably pushing 5. So
I put you on your
this,
PB.
yeah, that was when was that?
Um,
A long time ago. That's all that matters. We
helping
haven't,
helping my cousin pre-fish for a tournament, I
yeah,
think,
long time.
on the river system.
And I remember seeing one. I thought it was a carp. I think it was had to have been 8 pounds.
No,
No.
they're usually shorter and more stout. Obviously not as big of smallmouth, but smaller jaw system, and they just look so much bigger, even they don't weigh
Yeah.
as much. So be fun to get out there and see and test the waters. No pun
Yeah.
intended.
Good luck to you if you do though.
Yeah, I'll definitely keep in touch with you when I'm out there, and who knows, maybe we'll plan another trip. You and I finally this year.
Yeah.
You and
It'd
I
be nice
always
to catch
have
a
a good
fish.
time. You and I always have a good time fishing. You're always
Yeah.
ducking my hook sets for some reason.
That's because you swing like a madman.
I don't know about that one.
The hookup ratio is good though.
Yeah, that's how you guys set the hook when you're fishing a bunch of thick stuff with frog.
Right.
Um,
Yeah.
other than that, future plans going forward. Looking at this kind of a roadmap here. Obviously, you said you're doing a little bit of urban hunting potentially this weekend, but you know, it's almost time. It's almost time.
Yeah.
So, you think you're gonna get out, just every weekend from here on out and just kind of test the waters, or kind of more laid back, relax, make smart decisions kind of thing?
Yeah, so my personal plan is, so we have a obviously youth hunt this weekend, and like I said, I'll be in the urban woods trying to figure something out there. But as far as the public land in Wisconsin, I want to get out at least once. There's a specific spot I want to check out close to this cornfield on private that I was talking about, and I do want to get a sit out there, maybe an observation sit, maybe overlooking a swamp or something. Just try to figure something out because I get more frustrated as the days go by. But that is one thing in its own. Definitely, I think my days off officially are.
Uh-oh, he put in the PTO.
I got 10 days off.
10? Like
10
10
work
working
days.
days?
10 work
That's
days.
wild. I think I'm taking 7.
Yeah, and so I took 10. Well, we work 4 10s, so
Yeah, I suppose
it's
that's a
just
little bit different.
realistically 8 days off, but still a lot. But the 27th of October, which is a Monday, through the 7th, 8th, I don't know what November, that first week of November. Plus, you have your weekends on there, but that's specifically because I'm hunting 2 states. And there's a deer camp that I want to join, Brian's deer camp down in central Wisconsin. I'm going to try to get to for a couple days. So, what about you? What are your days off? What are your
Yeah.
plans going forward?
Going forward, I think I'm going to hunt smart. Obviously, my property. It's a little bit smaller piece and not a lot of acreage in terms of woods. So,
Yeah,
I'm definitely going to be hunting smart. I got the caliber deer I want now that I'm going to target. I mean, try and get my cousin on some smaller bucks, but he's kind of a novice yet, so trying to get him to understand what hunting smart is and not just
yeah,
going there all willy-nilly and blow it out for the rest of us, because I think we're sharing the property with potentially 6 people, all family. So
Right.
no problem with that. Just obviously with all the different age gaps and experience levels, trying to get everyone on the same page is kind of rough as being
Right.
the more knowledgeable one, I would say. But going forward, hunt smart. Like I said, going fishing this weekend because it's the youth hunt here in Wisconsin. I typically don't hunt the youth hunt because one, I hate wearing blaze orange when it's 70 degrees, and two, I don't know. I don't want to take away from. Not saying anyone youth hunts around me, but I just think that's the time for the kids and getting the youth back into our sport. So
Yeah.
kind of let them have it, and that's kind of what it's designed for. So kind of just relax and do other things on this weekend. But going forward, what's the following weekend? The 18th and the 19th, depending on
Any
weather.
luck? Yep.
Might get a sit in, just kind of see maybe maybe some of them are ramping up a little bit. Balls are getting full, hormones are going, sort of thing. Young ones are chasing ass by then, but does aren't ready yet. But for sure, I think that third weekend in October, which you got your calendar out, what would that be? 20 something, late 20s.
Yeah, I am looking. Yeah, so 20th is the third week on the 20th is the Monday. So
Well, it'd be weekend because that's next week.
yeah,
So that following weekend would be 26th or whatever, 25th, 26th.
20, yeah,
I'll
25th,
probably be out.
26th.
I'll probably be out then. I like to think the 23rd to the 25th is kind of the start of the pre-rut. Some of those bucks are ramping up for sure, hitting scrapes. Maybe starting to get a little more daylight active, if barely. But no, for sure get out that weekend, the 26th weekend, despite weather, whatever, unless it's something catastrophic like thunderstorms or something. But
Yeah, nice.
I'll be out that weekend. But PTO days off. I am taking Halloween, which is a Friday this year, I believe. Does that sound right?
Yeah, that's
Or
right.
is it a Thursday this year?
No, it's Friday.
Last year was also a Friday.
That's a Friday again. Yeah.
So I'm taking Halloween, which is a Friday, and then I'll have the 31st till whatever the following Monday is after the first week in November off.
Gotcha.
Hunt.
Yeah.
So however many days it is, 10 days or 12 days.
Something roughly, yeah.
Let me tell you though, you take days off from work, deer hunting every single day is nothing but work. I mean,
It ain't no vacation.
I don't know if you did it last year, but man, let me tell you, getting up at 4 a.m. every morning, prepping everything for 10, 12 days straight and just not seeing the quality of deer that you wanna, or maybe not even seeing the deer movement that you want to. I mean, it was brutal, and it is brutal. Just it's a grind, but it's a very finite amount of time. So I'm willing to pay the price. But no, I'm excited for sure this year. I had one decent one last year, and that's a needle in the haystack. I mean, he was kind of on a pattern to a watering hole. But this year, I think deer numbers are up in general. No, like light, snowy winter, but it was really cold. But not a lot of snow, so forage is easily accessible. Deer numbers are up. Seen lots of fawns. Seen a lot of does. Seen a lot of bucks. Like it's gonna be a good season, and
It should be good, yeah.
If I'm not the lucky one, like as long as someone on the property gets a deer, I think a buck. I think I'll consider that a success,
Right.
So that's my plan going forward. We're less than a month away from
we're getting there.
banging antlers together and watching bucks chase ass. So
Yeah, definitely. I think our next podcast, if I had to get a rough timeline off the top of my head right now, it would be maybe even the 25th, second to last weekend, that we film it or it would go out. I think that'll be one of our more important podcasts of the year because that's when we'll be on the edge of our seat and ready to rock.
Yeah.
But until then, I don't know. There's not much we can do. Play it smart, like you said, and keep our hopes
Yeah.
high.
Keep
But
watching
stay
the
humble.
cameras. Keep looking in ag fields and
Yeah,
sit and pray for the next cold front to hit right. And
yeah.
I think something's gonna happen. So
I got a good feeling this year for somebody in the group. I don't know. Just feeling good.
well, honestly, I hope Brian's dad gets one. He has yet to shoot a nice buck with his
Yeah.
bow in a while, so hopefully Brian's dad gets one. Brian got one last year. I hope he gets another one this year. I think you and I both skunked for archery bucks last year, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that'd be right.
The old man got one last year, so that was cool. Hopefully he does it again with the expo. Trying to put my cousin on one, try and get him a decent one. Who knows, maybe I'll try and do that before it really ramps up so nothing gets too messed up, or mess it up now and kind of let it reset. But
Right.
any other things you want to discuss, talk about quick? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up here. I think
I don't have much. I do want to say something to the viewers, whether you're watching or listening. Drop comments, questions. I would love to at one point to have us do a Q&A almost. We are not experts. We do not have booners on the wall. But smart people learn from everybody, so I love learning from Matsu, and I'm sure that goes both ways. And I think Brian isn't the best hunter, but I learn from the mistakes he makes, So whether we give you a good answer or you give us a topic to talk about, I think that would be cool going down the line. And other than that, we have a dope video coming out and more of these podcasts, so plenty of content. So stay tuned. That's all I got left to say for this one. So
I think I said in the last one, but we all learn from our experiences, so
Right.
everyone's got a little bit different knowledge and a little bit different experiences, so you can learn a little bit from everybody. So
right.
and I take in a lot from a lot of different hunting personalities, and it's pretty similar, but you pick up little things here and there. So
Shit.
oh,
The camera died.
the camera
We might have to
died.
wrap it up.
Well,
You get
Sam's
smile on
camera
this.
has died, so no more face cam for Sam. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Thanks for following along, and if you listened all the way through, we really appreciate you guys listening to us. Speak
Yeah. Oh,
gibberish
yeah.
the whole time. But other than that, socials will be linked down below. A couple video
Yeah.
links popping up on the screen for bear video. If you haven't seen the bear video, please go watch that.
Please.
Sam's grandpa put the hammer down on an absolute brute of a bear here in Wisconsin. So go watch that. Like the video, drop a comment. If you haven't already, subscribe. Other than that, we're out till the next one. We'll see you guys here in a few more weeks.
See you
Good
guys later.
luck and stay safe. We're out of here.